In today's topic, we discuss three different types of motion. Now, first of all, we define what is linear motion or translational motion. Let us consider forces applied to the rigid body. Then we observe all particles present in the body, constituent particles present in the body, perform motion in a straight line. Such type of motion, it is known as translational motion or linear motion. Every particle present in the body moves from one position to another position in a straight line. Such motion, it is known as translational motion. Examples of translational motion: motion of ant moving in a straight direction. It is example of translational motion. Motion of striker on the carom board. It is example of translational motion. Each particle present in the body perform motion with a same linear velocity. Now we write formula to calculate translational kinetic energy. Translational kinetic energy, it is given by formula 1 by 2 m into v square, where m represent total mass of body and v represent linear velocity. This is expression for translational motion. Now we discuss second type of motion, which is known as rotational motion. We know when torque is applied on a rigid body, then every particle, then constituent particle of rigid body perform circular motion about axis of rotation. Such motion of body, it is said to be rotational motion. Every particle present in the body moves along the circumference of circle. Such motion, it is known as rotational motion. Spinning of top, motion of potter's wheel, motion of earth about its own axis. These are different examples of rotational motion. We have already calculated rotational kinetic energy in the previous article. Now I simply write down expression for the rotational kinetic energy. Rotational kinetic energy of body. Rotational kinetic energy of body, it is given by formula 1 by 2 I omega square, where I, it is a moment of inertia of that body about axis of rotation, and omega, it is known as angular velocity of body. Now we discuss third type of motion, which is known as rolling motion. Now what is rolling motion? When body perform translational motion as well as rotational motion at the same time, then such motion of body it is known as rolling motion. Object perform both type of motion at a one time. Object perform translational motion as well as object also perform rotational motion. Such motion of body it is said to be rolling motion. Now we give example of rolling motion. Now we discuss example of rolling motion. Consider this is inclined plane. This is inclined plane. And let us consider coin is released from the top of inclined plane. When coin is released from the top of inclined plane, then we observe along this plane coin perform translational motion as well as it also perform rotational motion. Here both type of motions are occurring at the same time. Therefore such motion it is known as rolling motion. Therefore motion of coin along the inclined plane it is example of rolling motion. Motion of vehicle tire on the road surface, this is also example of rolling motion. Now we calculate rolling kinetic energy. Object perform translational motion as well as rotational motion. Therefore sum of translational kinetic energy and rotational kinetic energy is equal to rolling kinetic energy. Therefore translational kinetic energy plus rotational kinetic energy, that means 1 by 2 mv square plus 1 by 2 I omega square. This is expression for rolling kinetic energy. Translational plus rotational it is equal to rolling kinetic energy. Now if k it is a radius of gyration, then this equation can be written as mk square. Therefore this is another expression for the rolling kinetic energy. We also know V is equal to R omega, and therefore rolling kinetic energy it is equal to 1 by 2 mv square plus 1 by 2 mk square into v square upon r square. We can take 1 by 2 mv square common, therefore inside the bracket we get 1 plus k square upon r square. This is expression for rolling kinetic energy. Now we calculate expression for linear velocity of body at the bottom of inclined plane. Consider this is inclined plane and certain body it is released from the top of incline. Now let us consider h, it is a height of top from the bottom. H, it is a height of top from the bottom, and suppose measure of angle ABC, it is equal to theta. Before releasing this body at the top position, it is at rest, and therefore body possesses potential energy. This potential energy, it is given by formula mass into acceleration due to gravity into height. mgh, this is expression for potential energy of body when it is present at the top of incline. Now, suppose body is released. We find this body when moving along the inclined plane perform translational motion as well as rotational motion at the same time. That means body perform rolling motion along the inclined plane. Therefore, when body reaches at the bottom, we calculate energy of body. This is known as rolling kinetic energy. And we know rolling kinetic energy, it is equal to 1 by 2 mv square plus 1 by 2 I omega square. Now let us consider K, it is the radius of gyration, and therefore I can be written as mk square. Substituting this value in equation number 2, we get rolling kinetic energy, it is equal to 1 by 2 mv square plus 1 by 2 mk square. Similarly, K means V square, K means omega means V upon R, therefore V square upon R square. This is expression for rolling kinetic energy. Now, by the law of conservation of energy, when body is released from the top, potential energy at top position, it is converted into rolling kinetic energy. Therefore, by the law of conservation, we write potential energy of body at the top of incline, it is converted into rolling kinetic energy. Hence, we write mgh, it is equal to 1 by 2, m can be taken common, v square can be common, therefore 1 plus k square upon r square. Hence mm gets cancelled and we get 2 times g into h. 2 times g into h, it is equal to 1 plus k square upon r square, it is equal to v square. Taking square root of both sides, we get v, it is equal to under root of 2 times gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square. This is expression for the linear velocity of body at the bottom of incline. In this way, we can calculate linear velocity of object along inclined plane. Now we calculate expression for acceleration of rigid body along the inclined plane. In figure A, it is the top of incline, B, it is the bottom of incline. H means distance AC, and here distance AC represent height of top above the bottom. When body it is released from the top of incline, then we know body perform rolling motion, and we have already calculated value of linear velocity at the bottom of incline, which is given by V. It is equal to under root of twice gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square, where h it is the height of top from the bottom and k it is the radius of gyration. Now suppose we take square of both sides. Therefore we get V square, it is equal to 2 times gh upon 1 plus k square upon r square, and this is equation number 2. Now suppose we use third kinematical equation. V square it is equal to u square plus twice a into s. Here before releasing body it is at rest position, therefore initial velocity of body it is equal to 0. Here acceleration of body, we calculate expression for acceleration of body, which is denoted by a. S it is a displacement covered by the body along incline. Therefore above equation can be written as V square it is equal to 0 plus twice as. Instead of s, this is equation number 4. Now substituting value of V square in equation number 2, we get 2 times as, it is equal to 2 times as, it is equal to 2 times g into h upon 1 plus k square upon r square. Now here 2 gets cancelled and we get acceleration, it is equal to g into h upon 1 plus k square upon r square into s. Now we calculate value of s. In figure, suppose we take sin theta in triangle ABC. Suppose we calculate value of sin theta. Then sin theta means opposite side upon hypotenuse, and therefore we get h upon AB. AB it is a linear displacement and it is denoted by s. Substituting value in equation number 5, we get acceleration, it is equal to g into h upon 1 plus k square upon r square into inside the bracket s into s. S means h sin theta. Therefore h into sin theta. S means h upon sin theta. H upon sin theta. Therefore h gets cancelled and we get a, it is equal to g into sin theta upon 1 plus k square upon r square. This is expression for the acceleration of body along the inclined plane. In today's topic, we discuss law of conservation of angular momentum. Law of conservation of angular momentum. Now let us consider rigid body. Suppose I, it is moment of inertia of body, and body it is performing rotational motion with angular velocity omega. Now, according to law of conservation of angular momentum, when no external torque is acting on the rigid body, then angular momentum of body it is conserved. Angular momentum of body remains constant. This is law of conservation of angular momentum. Now first of all we write statement. When no external torque is acting on the system, or acting on the body, then its angular momentum is conserved. Angular momentum of body remains constant. Now, body is performing rotational motion with angular velocity omega. We write expression for angular momentum of body. We know this angular momentum, it is denoted by L, and it is given by moment of inertia into angular velocity. We have derived this equation. L, it is equal to I into omega. Now suppose this is equation number 1. Differentiating this equation number 1 with respect to t. Therefore we get dl upon dt, it is equal to d upon dt of I omega. I, it is a moment of inertia of body. This term it is constant. Therefore dl upon dt, it is equal to constant into d omega upon dt. In this way we get equation number 2. Now d omega upon dt, that is rate of change of angular velocity with respect to time. According to definition, it is angular acceleration, and angular acceleration it is denoted by alpha. Therefore dl upon dt it is equal to I into alpha. But we know moment of inertia of body into angular acceleration. This term it is known as torque, and therefore dl upon dt it is equal to torque. In this way we get equation number 3. Now suppose no external torque is acting. No external torque, it is acting on the body, and therefore its angular momentum. No external torque is acting on a body, therefore we can write dl upon dt, it is equal to 0. Torque acting on a body, it is 0, and therefore dl upon dt it is equal to 0. Derivative of angular momentum it is 0. Therefore this angular momentum must be constant term. That means angular momentum, it is conserved. In this way, when no external torque is acting on the rigid body, angular momentum remains constant. Angular momentum, it is conserved. And this is law of conservation of angular momentum. Example based on law of conservation of angular momentum. Example 1. It is of ballet dancer. Ballet dancer, it is performing rotational motion about vertical axis. In position number 1, dancer, it is performing rotational motion with outstretched arm. When her arms are outstretched, moment of inertia of dancer, it is greater, and therefore angular velocity of dancer, it is smaller. Angular velocity, it is smaller. That means her frequency of rotation, it is smaller. Position number 2, dancer, it is performing rotational motion about same vertical axis, but in position number 2, her arms are folded. When she brings her arm close to her body, distance of particle decreases, and therefore moment of inertia of dancer decreases. Hence angular velocity of dancer increases. Both in position number 1 as well as in position number 2, angular momentum remains constant. Therefore angular momentum, it is conserved. Now we can observe dancer rotate with a greater frequency. Now consider second example. In this second example, man is sitting on a rotating turntable. Man, it is holding two different weights. In figure we can observe weights are away from the body. Weights are away from the body, weights are outstretched, and therefore moment of inertia in this position, it is greater. Hence man is rotating with smaller angular velocity. That means frequency of rotation, it is small. In now position number 2, same man, it is performing rotational motion about vertical axis on a turntable, but in position number 2, man brings two weights close to his body. Due to that, moment of inertia decreases, and therefore angular velocity of man increases. Same man rotate about same vertical axis with a greater frequency, but in position number 1 as well as in position number 2, angular momentum of man, it is conserved. These are two different examples based on law of conservation of angular momentum.